it's time for me to be a little bit more ambitious, because right now I'm reading more than I ever have done, and I don't know why, but for some reason every book just seems to be clicking and I want to read through it as fast as possible. So the best way for me to do that is to make August a very ambitious TBR, and let's hope for the best that I'm able to get through them, because I really want to, because I want to finish some more series, get through some more authors' work, and actually to be finishing almost 2 series, which is kind of impressive. Well, I say finishing, I'm waiting. They are technically already released, but I'm waiting for the hardback to be released because that's what I'm reading it on. I don't know, it makes sense in my brain, but we're going to go with it. And, well, let's go with it. I think I've got about 6, 8 books maybe of the books I'm going to try and read in August, so let's go with it. The first book on the TBR is Kings of the Wyld. This is just the last stand. This is people doing their thing for the last time, and it's meant to be fucking amazing. I've seen it all over Bookstagram, Book Talk, BookTube, and everyone's saying it's so good. And for some reason, I've not yet got around to it, even though it sounds like it's going to be very up my alley, which I don't understand why I've not got around to it. It's been on my shelf for ages. You can even see the spot where it is, just here, and just for some reason never picked it up. But right now, I'm in the mood for this. I'm kind of not into the fantasy thing at the moment. I'm more into like learning about people, like literary fiction. I can't speak for the life of me, but this sort of thing sounds really interesting to me at this point in time, so I'm going to go with it, and hopefully it's good. Even though I know these 2 books have got literally nothing at all to do with each other, I just feel like they're somehow on the same sort of vibe. And after with Buffalo Hunter Hunter, I want to get to this. Once again, so many people are saying it's amazing, it's probably the best book ever written. You know how people overhype stuff all the time, but I want to get to it. I want to see if it's good, and it sounds like it's going to be very up my alley. For some reason, I've never read anything by Stephen Graham Jones, even though I have got like 3 books by him for some reason. But this sounds like it's going to be fantastic, and if it's not, then I'm going to be very disappointed in every single person who's recommended it to me over the last year, because it's every time you see book you should read, this is one of them. Greatest books of all time. Somehow this ends up on the list already, and for me, it just feels like I need to get to it soon to be able to judge it for myself. I am trying to read every Stephen King book. I'm doing it slowly because, well, I could read them all in one go, but I'd be very sick of Stephen King by the end of it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm doing like 1 a month-ish. I've only read 2 this year, and it's the 7th month, so we're going with it. I have just finished Cujo, and that was my 7th one, and I kind of enjoyed it. Just there were certain aspects where I preferred when the people were talking than about the dog. I don't understand how that works, but Stephen King is quite good at making you really care about the other people in the book and not just the main character, which I do enjoy. And the one I'm going with next is Doctor Sleep. I've got a few books on the side that I need to get into, and after reading the blurb, this is the one that sounds the most intriguing to me at this point in time. And, well, I'm hoping for good things. I'm kind of hoping it's not about a cat, though, because I can't really go from Cujo being about a dog to Doctor Sleep being about a cat. It just doesn't seem right. The animal rivalry just would not work on this one, but we're going to try either way. The next one is an arc that I really do need to read in August because it comes out in August, and I kind of feel like I'm a little bit behind here. But I've absolutely adored the authors of the work in the Rebel Fire series, and if you have read that series, you know what I'm on about already, and that is Between Ghosts and Gods. It doesn't really have a cover on the front, so I have to kind of show you that way to be able to see what the title is, but I actually really enjoyed Rebel Fire and the whole series, so I kind of can't wait to get into this, because I'm sort of hoping for somewhat similar vibes about that Eastern Asian sort of like origami. I know it's not going to be origami because it's a completely different series, but that sort of vibe in this somehow. I don't know how it's going to work, but when it mentions gods and ghosts in the title, you kind of know it's going to be good, because that seems to be very up my alley at this point in time as well. So I'm kind of hoping for good things, and if not, I'll be very disappointed. I do know it's YA, which is a bit too young for me in most aspects, but we're going to go with it, and I'm hopefully going to enjoy it. Now, the series that I'm going to catch up to technically on physical release, but it's got 5 books out on Kindle, is We Are Bob. Bobiverse, whatever you want to call it. And All These Worlds are book 3 in the series, and book 4 comes out in September. So I'm kind of trying to catch up that way, so that way I'm able to be like, yeah, back on track, everything's great, I can keep up to date, and I can actually start a new sci-fi series, because I don't really like starting new sci-fi books while I'm already in the middle of a series, because it's so like, there's so much math and like science and everything else involved in these sort of books that if you start something else, it just feels like you're going to forget what's happened. I've done that mistake before a few times, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So like, there is a few sci-fi books that I really want to get into, like the 3-Body Problem, but I can't do that until I've caught up. And even then, I can read this one in August. I'm still going to wait until September and read the 4th one before I start a new series, because then it's just too close for me to start a new series, blah, blah, blah. It makes sense in my head. Probably doesn't make sense in yours, but still we're going with it. And I don't know why, but I'm absolutely loving like the sprayed pages on these, because they all look so great. And I'm hoping, yeah, it's this little, I don't know what this is, but it's in each cover of every We Are Bob book. No idea what it is. I have read the books and I still don't understand what it is. I probably am being stupid there, and someone will tell me in the comments that I've done it's something so fucking obvious. But yeah, can't wait to read this. I've rated every other Bobiverse book 5 stars. I'm hoping for the same for this one. And the series that I want to finish, even though it's not technically finished, so I've only just found out book 4 has been released at some point this year, is the Inheritance of Magic series. I've read the first one, finally got the second one, because for some reason I didn't have it. I had the third one, which makes absolutely zero sense. But yeah, I'm going to try and finish this series because I am really enjoying it. Urban fantasy seems to be the sort of fantasy that I'm only enjoying at this point in time. I don't understand why either. It just doesn't make sense to me, because I've read a lot of books about actual people, and for some reason that's clicking in my brain. But I kind of really do want to finish this series because I really do enjoy it, and I kind of want to see how this story goes. Because I have read the first book 3 times, keep thinking that this is the second one. It's not, it's the third one. I don't know what's happening here either. It just doesn't make sense to me. But either way, I'm hoping for good things from these. I read the first book 4 stars, so I'm hoping to get to these about 4 stars as well, at minimum, at absolute minimum. But wish me luck. And finally, the last book of the TBR, and the one that kind of like I'm really excited for, but at the same time, I just know if it's not as good as everyone's hyping it up to be, I'm gonna be really fucking annoyed with it. A Man Called Ove. About a year ago, year and a half, everyone was reading this book, and every single person was recording themselves crying about it. And I feel like if I'm not there, at least with a tear coming down my face, I'm going to be very disappointed in this book. It's a lot like how everyone said that The Little Life in lockdown was the saddest book of all time. I got about halfway through and I was a little bit bored, and I kind of gave up. But I'm kind of wanting more from this. It's only 300 odd pages. It should be able to read it in 2-3 days. And if it's not as good as what people are making it out to be, or if it's not as sad as what people are making it out to be, I'm going to be so fucking annoyed. Especially if this cat isn't involved, because this cat looks cute as fuck. But why is all my books got cats in them? I've got no idea. But we're going with it. If I have high hopes, such stupidly high hopes for this book, and if I don't have at least something from it, I'm going to be so annoyed. So there are 8 books that I'm going to try and read in August. Average for me this year has been about 10. Well, I said 10. The first month and a half was a bit slow. But then I've got back up. I'm up to 61 books of the year so far. And, well, I'm hoping to add these 8 to them, make it 69. Funny number. But either way, I'm hoping for some good books out of these. I'm hoping for an average rating of about 3.5. That is my hope. If any book is above 3.5, to me it is good. It's really good. I recommend it to people. If it's not, it's probably not worth recommending to people. But yeah, I'm hoping for this. I know it's a little bit ambitious, but right now I'm in the reading zone. That's what I want to do. I'm going to be reading as much as I possibly can with these books, and we're going to try our absolute best with them. Either way, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy. Let me know your TBR down below because I want to know, and I might want to add it to my collection. Either way, peace.